Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to go through another PortSwigger Academy lab on SQL injection. This one titled SQL Injection Attack Querying the Database Type Inversion on MySQL and Microsoft. And the goal of this lab is very similar to the Oracle one we just did. We are going to use union-based SQL injection and display the version of either MySQL or Microsoft to the screen. And if you have a PortSwigger Academy lab account and you want to follow along, feel free to log in and we could do this lab together. If not, and you just want to watch, I hope you still get value out of this video. I'm going to go ahead and jump over to my Kali box and start working on this lab. Okay, I have the lab pulled up and I have Burp Suite running so I can send over the request into Burp. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, since the description said that the vulnerability lies in the category parameter, we know that we can just select one of these that have the category equals and then whatever value and send that to repeater and start our process for union-based SQL injection. So I have category equal gifts, hit send, we get a 200. Let's put in a single quote and we get a 500. We put a second single quote, we get a 200. We're just not going to get any sort of data back. If we remove these single quotes, everything's good. I have seen this on several engagements for web app testing, where just one single quote will actually just break the back end. Often I'll actually get verbose error messages saying you have a error in your SQL statement for MySQL or whatever the database is. So it's pretty common to see something like this, where just one single quote or maybe a double quote will break the back end and you get a 500. So this is something to get into the habit of. It's a real quick check for SQL injection. I'm going to go ahead and change back to the pretty and let's determine how many columns are in this table. So we can do that by doing order by one tag space tag, and this is our comment. So we can say, hey, anything else after this SQL statement, just ignore. So we hit send. This works. If we get rid of this, this will actually break and we need a way to escape that. So that's what the comment's doing. It's just saying, hey, everything else after the applications query, just throw that away. Only pay attention to our payload. And so going back to the order by one, so we know there's at least one column in this table. 2, so we know there's at least 2 now. If we do 3, we get a 500. So we can just hang out with 2 columns in this database table. Now, if we observe down here, we're getting all of this like descriptions and table headers. What I want to do now is actually start using the union-based SQL injection. So union select null, null, and those nulls are represented by the number of order by. So we had 2, so we want to separate them out like 1, 2, and I hope that makes sense. We hit send, we get 200. Now watch if we actually replace the second null with something like test. So we'll put the string in here, scroll down, we see test here in the TD tag. If we also put hello world in the first one, we should actually see hello world display down here. And we do. So that is a good sign that we kind of have like complete control over this query now. And what we'll do is let's jump into our browser. And if we were to do something like, what is the function to get the version of MySQL? And then we can jump into something like W3 School. So MySQL, so the version here, select version, this will return the current version of the MySQL database. So hop back here, let's replace test here with version. Let's hit send. We got a 200. Let's scroll down and there's the version right there. So if we jump back into the lab, congratulations, you have solved the lab. So this is just like the Oracle one, very simple. We are building off a foundation that's going to get progressively a little bit more difficult. Our next couple labs, which will be super exciting, will be figuring out like what data is in the schema, what other tables we can communicate to, and try to abstract credentials from another database table so that we can authenticate in. And we'll do a very similar process using union-based SQL injection. So this is a good starting point to understand how to manually perform SQL injection. You could certainly use things like SQL map, but I highly encourage you to get the understanding of what's going on with this and experiment around with this on a manual approach before you start using automation. Understanding this is going to help you become a much better bug bounty hunter, pen tester, CTF, or whatever you're trying to do. So I hope that you found value in this video. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, feel free to leave them below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Have a wonderful day and happy hacking.